experience. I'm going to teach you a technique today that sort of tricks out your subconscious and allows you to get to what you really want. I'm going to give you this super fun little exercise to complete right now. Now, as you prepare to do it, you can forget about any of the limitations that arise when you consider what you truly want. Now, if you're married or have a significant other or perhaps some children, have them participate in this exercise with you. After all, they have a stake in the success that your perfect business is going to deliver too. Here's what you're going to do. You'll want to have a clear working space. I'm going to use my desk as an illustration today. It's pretty good clear space. You know, a desk, a tabletop, a countertop, whatever. Any of those things will work. And you're going to begin by giving each person participating a small stack of post-it notes or small slips of paper, you know, something about this size. You know, it doesn't have to be real big. And a marker or a pen or something to write with. So each person has their own resources there. You're going to define your vision for what you want in 7 specific areas: finance, business or vocation, recreation and fun, physical fitness and health, relationships, personal growth and development, and community contribution. Those are the 7 specific areas you're going to focus on. Each is a vital element of what you want your perfect business to deliver, so each must be part of the vision you're creating. Okay, now with everyone together, the first step is a slick little brainstorming exercise. Just start by choosing one of the 7 categories. In this video, I'm going to start with finance because it's the first one and it's the one most people are interested in talking about right now. So I'm going to use that as an illustration. You're going to repeat the exercise for all 7 areas though. So here's what you do. Each person takes their little stack of post-it notes and depending on whatever category you're going to use, again, I'm going to use finance as an example, they're just going to write down the first thing that comes to mind in terms of what they want for finance. So I might put down, I want, you know, $100 million in the bank, okay? So that's the first thing I want for finance. Then the next one might be $100,000 a year income. So I'm going to write that down. I'm going to peel off the post-it note here, and I'm going to stick it over here next to the other one. Whatever the want is, just write it down on a post-it note, peel off the post-it note and stick it on this little cloud. And you're just going to keep doing that. You keep repeating that over and over and over again until you've exhausted all of your ideas about what you want with regard to that category. Again, in this case, finance. Right? You'll just build that little stack or that little cluster of post-it notes, and when everybody's done and they've all exhausted each of the items that they want in regard to the category, then I want you to take a 2 to a 5-minute break. Just sit back and relax, maybe have a soda or coffee or something and you know, chill out for a minute. And then when you return to the table, don't sit down. Instead, gather yourselves around the table, standing around the table so you can all see everybody's cluster of post-it notes. Okay? Now this is what you're going to do. You're going to begin to rearrange these post-it notes. So let's say the top one here has to do with income, right? $100,000 a year in income. So I'm going to put that over here in the income area, and then everybody else is going to take anything from their little cloud that has to do with income, and they're going to put it over there next to mine that has to do with income. So you're going to break up your category, so to speak, into little areas or little topical sub-areas. Right? Then this might be one that has to do with you know, how much I have in my savings account. So I might put that one over here, and then you know, my son or my daughter or my wife might put, you know, what they want in the savings account over here, you see. And then you just continue until all those post-it notes from each person, rather, is then grouped into a little topical area for that particular category. Okay? Work as a team on this. It's a lot of fun. You can horse around a little bit and, you know, play with it. It's just a great way to go. It's okay to have some laughs, in other words, right? There's no wrong input. Anything and everything is possible at this point. So don't limit anybody else's ideas in the group. In other words, somebody put down, I want $10 million, and you can't see how they're going to get it. That's okay. Put the $10 million into the equation because you just might find a way to have it, okay? Now, I guarantee you're going to have fun with this and find it really enlightening. So go ahead and do that exercise right now for one of the categories, and then I'll tell you what to do next when you come back. Okay, when these are all arranged in groups or clusters, you'll have some number of little post-it notes or slips of paper in each of some number of clusters around the table. Each cluster basically represents a particular want for that particular category. So for instance, we mentioned income and savings for examples for finance. There might be, different categories or different wants with the area of health and fitness and so on, you see. Okay, now you're going to go through each cluster, and on a separate sheet of paper you're going to write as many positive statements of intention as are necessary to incorporate each of the ideas in. I want to be clear about this. I want to help you a little bit about what a statement of intention needs to look like. Right? Your statement of intention should read as an affirmative declaration, as if it has already occurred. For instance, in a simple case, if I want to earn $100,000 a year, then a statement of my intention, a positive affirmative statement of my intention, would be I earn $100,000 a year, as if I'm doing it right now. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, great. So you're going to do that for each of the ideas or each of the items in each of the clusters. Now, there are two other considerations. One, don't include or reference an attachment to the past with your intention. For example, if I'm living in a house that we're too cramped in, or it's not as big as I want, don't state the intention as I want a bigger house than the one I have now. See, that just drags the current state with you and doesn't allow you to create anything new. Instead, what you want to do is just state the intention of this new home. I live in a spacious new home, or something like that, you see. Okay, so that's an important detail about your intention. The second one is, don't attach your intention to a specific action or an outcome. Here's an example. I had a friend of mine who was a real estate agent and had a lakefront property to sell, and of course intended to make a certain amount of money on the sale of that property. I'm just going to use $10,000 as an illustration. I really have no idea what they were planning to make. All right, and so their intention was stated, I've earned $10,000 from the sale of the lakefront property. Now, ordinarily that sounds like a pretty good statement of intention, but there's a problem. It attaches the achievement or the accomplishment of that desire, that want, the $10,000, to the sale of the lakefront property, as if it's the only way the $10,000 can occur. You see, that's a problem. You want to separate those two things. And so that would be better stated, I've earned $10,000 this month as one intention, a separate intention, I've sold the lakefront property this month. You see? So make your intentions clear, direct, and positive declarations. Okay. With that background on translating each of these ideas within these clusters to clear statements of intention, complete the list of intentions for each of the items in this first category. Then you're going to repeat the entire exercise for the remaining 6 categories. It is a total blast. Trust me on this. You're going to have a lot of fun with it. All right, that's it. This is a bit more complicated than previous exercises, but I promise you, this really works. You're going to be amazed at what occurs, or what emerges from the clouds, if you will, or from the haze of what you want. Now, once you're finished with this brainstorming exercise, I want you to come back here and let me know how it went. Share any questions or comments about the exercise in the comment block below, and perhaps even share some of your intentions. All right, have fun with it. And thanks for coming by, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye-bye.